We've had our van for 3 weeks now, and since we picked it up, we have been very busy. We actually took it out camping the first weekend we had it home. And unfortunately, ever since we've picked up the van, it has been triple digits in Texas. So it has not been easy to camp in a van or otherwise. But we have been doing it because we really wanted to test out the van and the functionality and things like that. We have been very busy outfitting the van with storage bins, and we actually added a couple of shelves to the wardrobe area. Uh, we did not want just a full open bin in there. We needed more divided space so we could put a variety of things in that area. And we also, what else have we done to inside the van?
We've hung some things, functional things that also look nice. We put a sort of pegboard. It's not really a pegboard. It's from Ikea. It's got long slots instead of round holes, but you still can put hooks in it. You can put small shelves on it, little storage bins, solid and mesh storage bins. You hang off of that. So we've added that to the wall of the pantry, the slide out pantry. We've got a spatula, a wooden spatula, and a wooden spoon hanging on that, so for easy access, but it also looks nice, the dark wood against the white there. We also installed a paper towel holder yesterday in the cabinet over the sink. We opted against not hanging it on the side or under the cabinet. We put it up inside the cabinet, and it works. It looks like it's going to work pretty well. It's out of the way, but it's easily accessible when you're standing at the sink using that. That was an addition we did. We put front floor mats in the cab of the vehicle. So those are now covered and a little bit better protected. We bought sheets for the bed. We've made the bed with our new sheets. We bought a new blanket for the bed. We've done some other sort of cosmetic things to it. We put a storage hook shelf thing next to my side of the bed on the side of the wardrobe that Kim was talking about, the big storage thing where you could hang clothes. Anyway, this hangs on the outside. It's got 2 fold-down trays, a couple of fold-out compartments where you can stick a phone or your glasses or something like that. It has some hooks on the bottom. We put that next to my side of the bed so I would have somewhere to put my phone at night and my glasses and that sort of thing. We've done those sorts of things. And then camping in the last two weekends when it's been very hot, as Kim said, those are just the temperature. Those are just the thermometer readings. It's been 104, 107, not counting the heat index. So we've got to test the air conditioning out very well. Works great. It's right over our bed. So at night, we're very comfortable. What we discovered, though, is that the vents blow straight down on the bed. They don't angle forward. So we had to come up with a deflector. We ordered one, not from the air conditioning manufacturer. This was like an aftermarket piece. It hasn't arrived yet, so for this past weekend we went camping, we kind of constructed our own out of a foil, those baking dishes, the small rectangular foil things you can buy in the store. We cut one end off and rigged that up on the AC so it blew the air forward instead of directly on the bed. And that actually seemed to work fairly well. It kept the front part of the van a little cooler than the first time we took it out when it was just blowing straight down. So hopefully the aftermarket deflector we get and hang up there will work. To compensate when we're changing clothes or getting ready for bed, we will turn the van engine on and have the van's AC blowing in the front, the camper rooftop AC blowing in the back. That definitely cools the van down to a very comfortable level, but you can't run the van 24/7 to stay cool. So we're hoping the deflector will work.
We're trying to keep the look of the inside of the van very uncluttered and very much the way it was designed to be, with the color scheme and all of that. So we're being very careful about that. We don't want to overwhelm that very small space with a bunch of unnecessary items. So we have thought about everything we've added, and we think that it's all going to be a valuable addition. To talk a little bit about the registration process here in Texas. So we bought the van itself in Oklahoma used, and drove it straight to the gentleman who customized it for us, and it was there for a couple of months. So we accrued some fees because we didn't get the van registered on time. But when we did go, we had it registered as an RV rather than a commercial type or personal Ram ProMaster van. As far as insuring the vehicle, when we bought it, we insured it with our current homeowner and car, which is USAA. But we have since moved the van to Roamly, which insures RVs. USAA does not insure RVs except through their partner Progressive. The quote from Progressive was higher than Roamly, which is amusing because Roamly also goes through Progressive. But I also had to provide Roamly photos of our build so that they could see that it is an RV, because they needed to know that it was an RV before they insured it as an RV. So that's taken care of. We've got our license plates on there. We've got our insurance covered. We put our toll tag on the windshield. So we're all good to go on the outside. And as Dale explained about all the stuff we've done to the inside, we're getting very close to it being, I think, pretty much the way we want it to be. The more weekends we go out and the more time we spend, we'll refine it. And of course, we watch a lot of videos of other camper van people and what they recommend or don't recommend. So we're learning a lot there. A little bit more about the camping in the heat. So as Dale mentioned, it's, our air conditioner works great. We're not really using it during the day because we don't want to go camping in triple digit heat and do nothing but sit in the camper van with the AC going on. I mean, that's not fun. We didn't get a camper van to sit inside the camper van. And if we can't go hiking or whatever, what fun is that? So honestly, the last 2 times that we've gone camping in the camper van here in Texas in the triple digits, we sleep and spend the mornings and the late afternoons at the campsite. But during the day, because we're local, we've been running to Ikea. We've been running here to the Container Store and doing all those things to get to work on the van while we camp, and then just go back, just so we can test out the van, see how comfortable the mattress is. But we want to absolutely avoid anything, I think, above, if we can, above 90-degree camping. Mm-hmm. So that limits the time of year and the places we'll go for sure. The camper van does not have a shower or a bathroom except for a cassette toilet, which we haven't used. It's still in the box. It's a Dometic cassette toilet. We have been staying in state parks or other types of parks that have bathroom facilities. So that's how we're doing it. Kind of like we're avid tent campers. So it's a lot like kind of luxurious tent camping, where you have to hop out of your camper van at night and go to the restroom or whatever. And that doesn't bother us. And we have a week-long trip coming up in November. That's exactly what we're going to do there, all through Georgia State Parks and Asheville, North Carolina. And we have no problem with that. In 2027, when we plan on going for a few months, we'll see how it goes then. What we'll do about the toilet situation. That'll be a whole separate video. But for now, I think just to sum it up, had the van 3 weeks. It looks great. It is comfortable. Mm-hmm. It meets all of our expectations. We're having fun doing our own little projects to it. Still got a few little decoration things that we want to do.
I think our next big project is the Starlink. Yeah. We need to get that, mount it, wire it into the interior of the van. Not sure still how we're going to do that. It doesn't sound that difficult, but we just have to get it done. Mm-hmm. And we're going to test that out on our week-long road trip in November, because I'm going to be working on the road. So we want to get a thorough testing before we hit the road next year, because we don't want to be driving into Starbucks every day so I can work, because the Starlink Mini wasn't what we thought it was going to be.
Right. You can also expect coming up in the next few weeks specific videos about our Blue Eddy, which powers our van. It's been working great, but we'll probably just give you a short tour of that and a little bit of feedback on that, and whatever else that we've learned as well that might be helpful. Because I had a lot of questions, and anything that I can share, we're definitely going to share. So you can look forward to that.
Or don't look forward to it. It's up to you.
That's true.
Loathe it entirely if you want.
Yes. Okay.